It is time for our weekday show, Elko Live, and so pleased to feature our guest in studio today. Brand new to the radio and to the community, but certainly no stranger to law enforcement. We are so fortunate to have our new police chief visiting today. We have Chief Kyle Ward. Welcome to the radio program, Kyle. It's great to see you. I'll call you Chief Ward. I know you like to be called Kyle, and you're making the rounds in the community, making friends.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you for having me here, too. And I do go by Kyle, so if I do come and meet with you in the community, please call me that. I appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Been here a whole 3 weeks, so moving along and really learning a lot. We're having a great time, my family and I, and we appreciate you having me here. So.
Thank you for being on the radio again, inheriting Chief Ty Trouten's radio show. We're hoping he's kicking back somewhere, enjoying his last 3 weeks for sure. In the future, Chief Ward will be sharing the program with Sheriff Narvaeza. The sheriff was on last week, and so we'll combine those two programs again. Just want to make sure listeners are aware. In any of our newsmakers who need extra radio time too, we want to make sure that that's available to you. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So let's find out about you. For those who may not have followed along during the recent council meetings, but you had unanimous support in being hired to replace Chief Trouten. So tell us about your background and why you chose to come to Elko.
Well, appreciate that, Lori. I want to start off, too, just saying thank you to Chief Trouten and the entire team here, our police department, and all of the neighboring jurisdictions, to the sheriff as well. But yes, that was a great process, learned a lot. That was the first time I've had that process, especially from 2 interviews and then a final interview with council. But it was good. Just learning a lot from my background here. Started in Detroit. That's where I'm originally from. So born and raised in Detroit. Went to high school and everything, graduated there and went to Michigan State University, where I completed undergrad and started my grad school. And then I moved out to Las Vegas. So for the past 20 plus years, I've been in Nevada, and I've enjoyed it. I started with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and that was a great experience. Worked patrol, worked investigations, and that was good. Promoted to sergeant. I've worked the rural areas as well, which that was my most prevalent area. I learned a lot there, especially community engagement. I've had opportunities to work in community policing as an officer and supervisor. So that's where I learned those skill sets of getting to know your community members. We're a part of the community. Also the businesses. It helped us reduce and prevent crime. And that was important for me to ensure that not only our families that are living there, but the tourists as well have a safe community to live in and just to come and visit, because we want to make sure it's safe for them. So that's just a quick synopsis of it. But been doing that. I love the academic side as well for doing research, so evidence-based policing and looking at crime trends and how we can reduce and prevent crime. And I know we talked about it earlier, just about domestic violence and other violent crimes, working in those units in that capacity, helping victims of crime and making sure we offer resources to prevent those things from happening any further.
Chief Ward is our guest today. Kyle Ward is the new Elko City Police Chief. And you are, I think it is fair to say, in all of history of Elko, you are the most educated police chief we've ever had. You're very modest about this, but you are an academic, as you mentioned, but you have a PhD.
Yes, I do, but I'm pretty humble. I love research, but I just love learning. So lifelong learning is important for me, and learning from other people and then sharing knowledge when I can. But it's a team effort. And I like that because you learn different components of how you can conduct research. And it's really communication is the most important part of it. Being able to communicate and share experiences, whether they're personal or from others, you can take those experiences and make something positive out of it. Especially those tragic situations, we want to build on and find ways to avoid those things from happening and help people that have been through traumatic incidents.
And then obviously, Chief, you can combine that experience that you have. You were a patrol officer, too. I mean, that's important, having done that work in the field.
Yeah, so patrol, you're responding, and you will hear the backbone of the police department is patrol and the supervisors, those first-line supervisors as well. And I mentioned this to our team here. I'm new here. I wanted to mention that I'm getting to know each person and meeting with them. But they're all leaders. We entrust them from the public, the community entrusts in our public safety responders. So that's something significant to ensure that they're taking that leadership role and understanding how much responsibilities that the community instills in them. So I've learned a lot. So I try to learn from each person and figure out what's their goals for the next year. And I'm meeting with everyone now, and I want to start meeting with other community members. And it's been off to a great start. So definitely happy about it.
I was going to mention that too, Chief, because among your goals, we will discuss if there are individual goals, but I think it has impressed the community and certainly the employees so far of the Elko Police Department because you have taken that time. You've gone on ride-alongs, for example.
Yes, and that was fun there. I hadn't done a ride-along in some years from the different departments there, so it was great to be able to go out and do a ride-along and just get to know who I'm riding along with as far as the officers and getting to know them a little more personally and their goals and aspirations. And we have a motivated workplace, and that's what's important there. They have goals, and realistic goals are important too. That's why I started with the first year. You will see commonly in government with that 5-year plan, which is essential. You want to have a long-term and a long-term structure there in place. But I wanted to focus on this year, this fiscal year, which started this month, on what are your personal goals and then team goals, and how do we work towards those things and work collaboratively to ensure that we meet those goals. So we've been working on that. So that ride along, I did two of them right before our final council interview that same morning. So I learned a lot, and just getting out and learning the neighborhoods and figuring out how we can contribute, my family and I, and be a good contributing component of this community.
As Chief Ward has described, he spent 20 years in law enforcement in Nevada, City of Las Vegas, and Metro Las Vegas. So those are huge departments, and we were just discussing before you came on the air. This is a smaller department, but it's very diverse, right, Chief? I mean, we
Yes.
all do a lot of different things.
And that's where I think that the skill sets are very honed in. You do have a lot of ancillary duties here, and you may work as a patrol officer, a SWAT team member, bomb squad. There's a lot of opportunities. K9, I did the ride along with our K9 team here, and you really understand, you learn more. They have a lot of training and experience that is key here, so you can respond to any type of situation. And a lot of it is community involvement and engagement, really being able to interact, having that extra time in between calls and other duties to be able to go out there and throw the football with one of the kids or give them a sticker. Just have those conversations with their family and see how they're doing. It goes a long way. And this community is very public safety friendly. And that's something there that's necessary, is needed, and this community has it down packed. They're very supportive, and I appreciate that.
I know there are a couple of divisions that you were enthusiastic about taking over from Chief Trouten, and he was very comfortable with the council's choice. Among them, the updated policy manual. That's something that is a work in progress, right, Chief?
Yes, and policies change pretty frequently, especially when you're looking at those working policies where we have statutes from Nevada revised statutes, and then you have other federal entities. Those laws will change, which impact policy. So we will review policies. Chief Trouten and the entire team has already done that review process. We're finalizing policies. And there's a different statute and strategy that you do when you're going through the different entities within the city to get it approved, which is important. You want to have different eyes and ears there when you're discussing those policies to ensure we're providing the best quality service within the community and staying within regulations. So those policies are being worked through and approved. We're in the approval process. I'm reviewing them as well. Our HR team's fantastic. Our city manager's doing great work, and then our entire team with the city attorney. So all those policies get reviewed. We have a process there when it's in review, and then once they're finalized, then they'll be brought to council as well, especially on those impactful policies there.
I'm sure that the officers appreciate that too, Chief, because the work that they do in the field all leans toward that prosecution. And so you have to have that chain of command, right?
Yes.
Control of the evidence, have the time and the tools that you need to prepare the reports to be submitted to the DA.
Yes, and it's a team process. Report writing is important, investigations, so following up. And that's important, and it all falls under communication as well. So you learn how to write a well report or a great report. You learn those investigative processes through calls for service, different types of calls for service, and it goes all the way through to the courts because you want to make sure that you're doing things fairly, within law, logically, And also with those policies and procedures in place, you have a guideline. So you have a structure, and it's consistent, and it's good for succession planning as well when you're mentoring newer officers that are coming in. We currently have 2 officers in the academy, or recruits that are going through the academy right now. And those are things they're learning about Nevada revised statutes, also how to respond to different calls for service, and the main thing, how to communicate. Communication is important when you're dealing with a critical incident or just interacting with the public. Some of those skill sets, if you haven't been accustomed to them or rarely in your tenure, those are things that they're training at the academy, which will make you a better, well-rounded officer while you're out here in the field.
I know that was important too in your hiring, Chief, is that you're post certified. You've maintained that certification.
Yes, and it is important. They do. We have quarterly meetings with the sheriffs and chiefs, and it is right in line with the standards with post. And with post, you want to make sure that you're getting a certain amount of training, so at least those 24 hours, and it changes. We try to do way more than those hours to just make sure we're having that repetition and learning how to respond to different things that we may encounter. But you do have your standardized training, and then we exceed those standards to ensure that we're doing additional training based on our community needs, and also to make sure we're not losing those components that you need to be an effective officer out here. But yes, the post-training, there's different areas there. We do training online. We do reality-based training where you're responding to, for example, a traffic stop, how you conduct a traffic stop, what are different elements of a traffic stop, how you respond to various types of calls, how you interact with the public and community events. There's a different area or different areas for each of those portions that we try to work on to ensure that we meet standards every year.
So speaking of standards, talking with our new city police chief, Kyle Ward, how do you feel about our police station and the technology that we have? How's it look to you?
I love it. So the police station's been there since 2016. So Chief Reed and Chief Trouten, they definitely were instrumental in bringing that here, and I love it. Technology is definitely improving, increasing. We're seeing that they're looking for ways, and that's something that I want to continue to contribute to. How do we increase technology where we can reach more people? How can we engage with them more effectively where they're able to come up to the substation? I was speaking with a gentleman earlier today, Vietnam veteran, that wants to meet up, and he checks online. He looks at Facebook and other avenues where he gets that outreach. So we're definitely building on it. It's a work in progress to continue building technology so we can communicate with the public. But I love the substation. We have a lot of working parts there. Our team members are constantly improving and looking at ways. We meet weekly to figure out what we're going to do. And I've been in 3 weeks, like I said earlier. So we've been sitting down. We sat down earlier to figure out what's our plan. What did we accomplish this past week? What are we doing this week, and what do we have coming forward this next week? And we can space that out for that year plan and then our 5-year plan for succession. So I love it. They put it in place for me. I'm in good hands from the foundation that the prior chiefs and just the entire department has put in place for me.
Oh boy, I know. If you had ever seen the previous police station, you might not have wanted to come here. So we're so happy that we now have this wonderful facility that's fitting for those who serve us, the men and women.
Yes, thank you. And I'm fortunate to be here, and I love the new station.
So we're talking with our new city police chief, Kyle Ward, and we do know that everybody wonders when a new chief comes in. I know it was important to our chief that if we could get someone from Nevada, that was a big check mark. You were obviously, having been in Nevada for 20 years. People wonder, are you going to change things, or is there anything that you want to change or see different, I guess, so far?
Well, that's why I want to meet with our team. Too much change, and especially at the wrong times, can backfire. So it's having change at rates that people can absorb as far as just that process. So I've been meeting with everyone. It's going to take me at least a couple months to meet with our entire team and then follow up with them. Also getting community feedback, that'll be a part of the process. But I do want to get their insights and then figure out how we move forward. If there's things that we would like to change or build upon, we'll work on those. But this first month to 2 months, I really want to get to know them and not make a lot of changes during that time frame, so I can understand just my role and expectations from them, because it's mutual. We have a mutual process here, and it's a team atmosphere. So I'm working hard to get to know them, and those changes will come, but I want them to come at the right pace and at the right time to ensure that we're all on the same page and that we can move efficiently as a unit.
And Chief, we talked about you are going to be meeting with our sheriff, Itor Narveza. He is a big, colorful personality. I don't know if you've just met him in passing, right? But
I've met him, and then we've interacted at some of the sheriffs and chiefs meetings and other meetings as well.
Oh, so you have known him for a while?
Just through those interactions the last 3.5 years, yes.
Yes. So that collaboration is important. Elko County Sheriff, again, the difference is our city police chief is an appointed position, serves basically at the pleasure of the city council, who can do they make the choices, but for the community, the sheriff is elected, so he does have a big personality, but the mission and the work of the sheriff's department and the police department, it's very serious, and that collaboration is important, right, Chief?
It is, because we help each other on calls. We also train together. We also come up with ideas, community engagement, just like National Night Out coming up. All of the community events, it's important that we show that partnership and we continue to grow as an entire team. Even though we have different obligations within the city and county, we typically work together on a lot of incidents and events, and we learn from those things, and it really makes us more effective. And I know the community appreciates that. I appreciate it as a new community member here too, that we have that collaboration, and it's a good stepping stone element for other departments to get to that level, because I have seen that from interacting with different departments across the country where they're lacking that collaboration. And that's something that it's a work in progress. You continue to build on it, and you don't agree on everything, but when we come out of there, we agree to move forward as a team. And if we have to adjust things, we adjust them accordingly. But you have to be comfortable enough and have that trust to be able to do those things. So it's really bringing that together. I appreciate the collaboration with the sheriff, the undersheriff, the entire team, and also our neighboring jurisdictions too, with Carlin PD, West Wendover, Eureka, a lot of agencies here that we collaborate with. And it's good because resources, I know you've heard it, budgeting is very, very refined. We're trying to make sure we stay within our budget, and we work with different resources that each department can offer. And like I always say, be a good neighbor there, be able to not only ask for things, but contribute as well. And that's been going very well. These were things in place prior to me getting here. So I just want to continue to make sure we're moving the right direction and that we keep that collaboration and ideas come in from good trust and collaboration.
And speaking of things that were here before, we know, Chief, that you get to literally roll out the new vehicle along with your officers and staff at the Elko City Police Department during National Night Out, which will be next Tuesday, August 6th. There's like another big sort of armored vehicle that you get to show off, right?
Yes, so our SWAT vehicle is brand new. It's excellent. Nice new technology. It's something there the kids will be able to see, families. Anyone coming out to visit will be out there. I'll be on a grill. I have mentioned that. So
they gave you a spatula, I heard.
Yes, I need an apron. I think the sheriff said he's going to bring me an apron, so I'll be ready for that. And we'll be out there from 5 to 8, and there'll be games and other events there as well. But it brings awareness to the community about having good safety and not only good safety practices, but communication where you can observe possible things before they happen. So before a crime happens, before any type of incident occurs, that's important to look for those signs. So we'll be sharing that, and it's really to honor nationwide how we can be better community members and work together. We're all partners here, and we have the same goals in mind to ensure that we are effective as we can within our community that we live in.
And we know National Night Out is a huge showcase for all the emergency rescuers, right? So if you haven't met everybody yet, Chief, this will be your chance?
Yes. So our fire chief, Chief Johnston, he's been incredible. I've met him over the past month or so, and we'll be out there. We'll definitely be there to engage and interact, and I'll be meeting other people as well. I've met a lot of people so far, and I want to see them again if I met them already. So if I met you, please come around, and I'll be out there to say hello again and just learn something new about you. I think that goes a long way where you get to know someone, especially when it's in a great moment there where it's not during something that may be a trying or difficult time. Get to know people before, or hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but get to know them during those great times like this. This is a great moment to just interact and show things within our community.
That's National Night Out. That will be Tuesday, August 6th, 5 to 8 p.m. in the main city park. It's free.
Yes,
all
it's
the
free.
activities.
Free food and everything.
Yeah. You'll get a chance to meet Chief Kyle Ward, our new Elko City Police Chief, and you'll see the sheriff there, and you'll see all kinds of other emergency rescuers. Sometimes they have canines. Sometimes a helicopter will land. It's exciting.
It is, and it's something there to come out and take something away from it. Every year there's something new and exciting there. And with this being my first year here, I'm looking forward to it. I've been to other national night outs. I know this one's going to outshine it. I know it will. I'm looking forward to it.
And it is so family friendly. And I hope it's okay to mention that you are bringing with you a delightful family. And you said they're all eager to get here and get moved in and get to school, right?
Yes. So getting ready for school, and that's coming up faster than the year is going quick. So it's just coming up real fast. They're getting ready for school coming up next month. But they're looking forward to it. They've been over to the police station. We've been riding around to just see different areas within the community. We'll continue doing that this weekend. But it's been fun. They're excited, meeting a lot of new people, making new friends, and that's what it's about. Those moments there you don't forget, and those are the moments that bring good memories in there.
It was wonderful to get to meet your wife and to meet the children at the swearing in at City Hall during the council meeting, Chief Ward. And there, for being a small community, we really do have a lot to do. So if you and your wife have questions, if your kids like sports or they like the library, which here we call it MyBrary. It went through a rebranding. So we have
that. That's catchy.
Yeah, we have a wonderful MyBrary. But we do have sports. We have everything from dance to we have hockey over at the Igloo. There are just so many different activities and things. And hopefully, I think anytime a spouse relocates with their spouse to someplace new, and maybe she had something that she was doing where she was, hopefully we can make her feel welcome too, and that there's something here that she enjoys to do as well. So that's important for the whole family. So yeah.
It is, and we're outdoor people. So
wonderful!
I play tennis. I need to learn how to play pickleball. So that's the next thing we want to learn. Do some pickleball, and I like to fish and do hiking and things. So we'll be getting out in the neighborhoods looking.
Oh, good. Yeah, Ruby Mountains are extraordinary. If you like to hike, you may have already been there. So yes.
I have not yet.
Okay.
So we're going to make the drive hopefully this weekend.
Yes, Ruby Mountains certainly, and the tennis courts are being resurfaced. If you haven't talked to our Parks and Rec director yet, that's on the project list. I think it will be next spring. But
yes,
so very nice. There's a tennis pro here, Rick Whittington. He's going to be so happy that you like to play tennis, because he loves tennis.
Yes. Connect with him then.
Yes, he teaches for the Parks and Rec summer program. I think he's been teaching some students how to play tennis as well. So you could just get me started in my own half-an-hour show about all the wonderful things. But again, we appreciate that you chose Elko because you applied to be here and to bring your family here, and that you were successful. And I know there are several policing programs, for example, the chief is really happy about, and he would always update the council about the crime diversion program that he has.
Yes.
I imagine you're familiar with that.
Yes, and then we're going to build on that as well, too, with having those assets and resources there available for not only juveniles, but our adult citizens here as well that are looking for other options, alternatives. We want to reduce the opportunity for them to be involved in any type of criminal activity, and just having a mentor. I think the mentorship programs are important, where you get to know your public servants and vice versa, they get to know you. And that helps. So you have a plan in place, whether you want to continue and go through and go to college, you want to work in a specific career, you have those plans and you can start looking at the future there. So those are things we're working at, but we want to get community engagement based, where we're having regular meetings here with our team members and our community members, where we can share information and learn from them and have that avenue of that learning environment like I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Our Elko City Police Chief is Kyle Ward, and thank you for going solo on the show today. And again, just kind of feeling things out. Been here 3 weeks and meeting with all the employees. I guess, are there any programs or things that maybe were accomplished somewhere else where you were that you think might be a good fit for Elko that we haven't tried yet? I don't know if it's too early to ask about that.
Well, just from the interactions from meeting with the current team members right now, more community engagement was something that was a goal for them, and Chief Trouten had brought that up as well, that they already had that planned out to continue that. So we're looking at how do we get more involved within the community, and then to what extent. We want to get feedback from the community as well, so we'll be doing that over the next several months, especially before the holiday time. That's usually a difficult time there as well, and then we want to make sure that we have public awareness. So during those different meetings or events that we're going to be putting together within the next several months, we'll have those public awareness avenues and elements that they'll be able to take away before the holiday time, because we typically see increases in crime nationally during the holiday season, and also just making sure the wellness component. We want to have a community wellness component that we're being more involved in for the upcoming months and years to ensure that it's not only internal wellness with our team, but we're having that public awareness where they have those resources that are available and they know where to go and seek those resources, and follow-up is important.
So have you found that our community is supportive of our law enforcement here?
Absolutely. Very supportive. As I've been walking around and riding around and meeting people, they're very supportive. And I saw that before even getting the opportunity for the position, just when I was in the process. People are very supportive. Just getting to know them, they're very genuine, and they want to see our community continue to prosper. And that's something there that is, like I said, second to none. And I'll mention it again, it was second to none from the experience that I've had. So it's important to have that support. I think it helps our team. And then you see that in how they interact with the public, because it's mutual, because they appreciate the public and they're doing everything they can to ensure they're safe, and also that they get to learn more about the department and then just our community in general and how we can move forward as a whole. So it's definitely the best community I've seen as far as support when we're looking at that public safety and then police community interaction.
And I do think, Chief, that the biggest surprise people had is that you would want to move from Las Vegas to Elko, right? Because sometimes there's not that synergy. We don't always connect with our Southern Nevada neighbors, but you wanted to come here, and I think that we need to acknowledge that.
Absolutely.
It's different, right?
It's a long drive, but the flight's not that long. So
Right.
But it is. It's good. I think that interaction, and they were doing it before, so the team that I just left from to come here, they've done training up here with Elko PD and the county as well, and our partnering agencies. So there's that collaboration. We just want to continue to grow it and make sure it's consistent, because you do learn from each other, and then those different trends. People do travel a lot, so if there's things that were working well, maybe in Vegas or even out of state, we've been working with outside agencies outside the state as well here. Those are things where you learn and figure out how do we improve as a whole from those experiences there. It makes you more effective as a public safety entity.
Maybe interdiction. I mean, for sure, you would think drug interdiction. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, or
Yes.
trafficking, any kind of human trafficking, or certainly. So you'll bring that level, of intelligence and experience to the Elko community, where we certainly could benefit from more awareness of those issues.
Yes, and the team here, we do have a diverse team, so that's important too. They're coming from different departments. We have team members that have been here their whole tenure, and they're bringing that exceptional experience from knowing the community and understanding what's needed here and how we continue to develop, because there should be goals every year. But you want to have a vision, an internal vision that the entire team understands and is on board with, so we can move forward. They have better ideas generated from that element. So we've been working on that quite a bit, and we will be looking at crime. We don't want crime to increase. We want crime to decrease. We want to have more mental wellness resources here. And also just having that public engagement time will really help you, because those tough moments that we all deal with, you want to have that good support system, no matter whether it's internally or externally.
And we do know, Chief, we've had a couple of officers who have come here from California, and they have been such great additions to the police force, and they have truly been embraced by the community as well, which, in talking to them, that's really what they were seeking. They love their careers, but sometimes the environment was hard in places like California.
It is, and you learn from there. I think any situation or person, even if you say per se this wasn't the best interaction, I know in field training, if you're having a field training officer or another supervisor, you've seen things over the time frame that you've worked in your craft, you learn from them no matter what, whether it's to be a better leader, and these are things that you would not do. Either way, you're learning. And the goal is to improve it and learn from those interactions and or mistakes to ensure that they don't happen again, and you can create a better environment for the people that you're serving. And that's my goal, and our team is definitely on board, and they've been a great support mechanism for me.
Chief, thank you so much. Our Elko City Police Chief, Kyle Ward, has been our guest today, and I know he'll be back he inherited his monthly show, and you get to co-host with our Sheriff, Aitor Narvazo, or anytime you need extra time. We want to make sure that you know that's available. We appreciate your detectives, obviously, all the administration, all of the people that work so hard, again, to keep us safe, and who work that front office to make us feel welcome and encouraged to express concerns, or to call dispatch when maybe it's not an emergency, but sometimes people have concerns in their neighborhoods. And Chief, that's the buck stops with you, and I know that Chief Trouten was super excited to have you on board as well, so it's great to sit across from you.
Well, thank you so much for what you do here in the community, and it goes a long way, and that's something there I'm just excited about. Look forward to it monthly, and then if there's any ideas or suggestions that we can improve on, I can improve on, I'm definitely on board. I want to learn from you and our team. But I appreciate our professional staff. They do a lot of work there to keep everything operating. We cannot work or function without them. And that's what having a great team, I call them the A-team, they're doing great work. And they continue to bring in new ideas, and they're excited and motivated. That keeps us all motivated. But thank you for what you do. And Chief Trouten has definitely left a good structure and foundation there in place. And Chief Reed, Chief Morris, Councilman Morris, the mayor, the whole team, they've been outstanding. And they're definitely making it easier as far as my transition here, so I can continue to grow and learn as a team.
We've got a pretty deep bench. Well, so with that,
yes.
Until we meet again next month, Chief, thank you so much for being on the radio today, and I'll look forward to our future visits and anything that we can do, our staff here at the radio station, to help you and your family to be comfortable in your transition. If you have any questions, we're happy to point you in the right direction. So
thank you again, Lori. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, listeners, for joining us today. Our guest has been Chief Kyle Ward, Elko City Police Chief.